And we're live.
We're live.
Episode 29, called The Middle.
The middle.
Not the front, not the back. In the middle. And why we call it in the middle, Hess? It's because today is 1/30/2024 when we're recording this. So this will be going up on Wednesday, 1/31/2024, the last day of the month for January. Can you believe January has already passed us by?
Can't. This flew by.
It's absolutely flown. So if you're listening to this, good morning. It is 6 a.m. It might be 8 a.m. It might be 9 a.m. It might be 6 p.m. I don't know what time you're listening, but I appreciate you all tuning in. If you haven't checked out our previous episodes, please go check those out. It's on all major streaming platforms. I'm not going to go through those, but some of the big ones real quick, Spotify and Apple. That's our main two that everybody checks out, so definitely be sure to listen to those. Also, too, want to give a sponsor shout out real quick to one of our sponsors for this show. That way we can do this production every week. That will be Next Level Fitness Club at 1806 East Main Street, Lebanon, Virginia, 24266. They are a 24/7 gym facility, 24/7 tanning, certified personal trainers, classes Monday through Thursday, 5:30 to 6:30, all levels. Go out, check them out. $89 a month. That includes your gym membership. Be sure to follow those guys on Facebook and Instagram at Next Level Fitness Club. And also, too, you can purchase a membership on their website at www.nextlevelfitnessclub276.com.
Absolutely. We got one more. Got another one.
Got another one. You got another one?
I got another one. Isaiah 117 house. If you haven't listened to previous episodes, you're like, I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about some house with some numbers on it. No, I'm talking about the house with the big red door. And Isaiah 117 house provides physical and emotional support for children awaiting foster care. Keeps them from staying overnight in a police station or wherever it may be at the DSS office. Just makes them have a great place to have their own bed, to have video games, TV, home cooked meal, other kids to socialize with. A great organization, great nonprofit, and actually they don't only accept donations, they give back to the community. And as of today, they donated $1,000 to the Southwest Virginia Static travel baseball team, and they also donated $1,000 to the Lebanon Little League. So they give back to the communities that they're involved in, and they're just an incredible organization.
Yeah, speaking of sponsors for Static, you need to send me that paper for Next Level Fitness Club.
Yes.
Yes, I forgot to do that Saturday.
I forgot Sunday.
Yeah, or Sunday. Yeah, send that to me.
Yes.
But my bad, guys. I didn't even introduce ourselves. On the other side of the mic, if you're watching video, that is Mr. Tyler Hess, brother from another mother. Can't never get it out. Brother from another mother. Gosh, every time.
All right, we're cutting this one.
Yeah, cut that.
Yep, not.
And I myself am Tyler Castle. And if this is your first time tuning in, what we do here on Tyler's Talking Sports, we talk sports. Anything with balls in it. That's what I always go with. That's actually a catchphrase from our first episode. So, yeah, check us out, guys. We sure do appreciate y'all stopping by. Hess, would you like to run through our new merch shop?
Yeah, new merch shop, guys. If you haven't seen it yet, it's on our Facebook. There's a link on our Facebook page to go to it. If you don't got Facebook or whatever, email us, ask us, text us, message us somehow, get a hold of us. It's actually on our Spotify page as well. But on our merch shop, we have plenty of nice stuff. We have T-shirts. We have long-sleeve T-shirts. We have hats. We have coffee mugs, water bottles, journals for taking notes because you listen to the episode and you're like, hey, that was pretty cool. I might need to know that. We also have hoodies. We also have, which will be in the store by the end of the week, we're going to have kids T-shirts, kids hoodies, stuff like that. Any kind of request that y'all are wanting as far as apparel, let us know. We can pretty much make anything as far as apparel. But our number one seller right now is the Castle Muscle Tee Tank.
Yeah, boy. Selling strong.
Got plenty of colors in all of these, so be sure to check it out. Again, the link's on our Facebook page. And anything that is bought, we do get a cut of the profit from what it is, and it all goes directly toward this podcast and promoting it and getting it out there through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Ads on Facebook. Yes, yep. Ad revenue needed.
Yep.
So thanks, Seth, for giving the shout out to the merch shop. Definitely, guys, that link will probably be in the description of this episode, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Or we can add that link to our shop in case y'all want to purchase some merch. So we'll have that listed in this episode in the details below, probably. Mm-hmm. Hot takes. Are you ready?
I'm ready for this.
Do you have a hot take this week?
I might.
You might.
Do you have one?
I do.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. The NIL. We've talked about the NIL in previous episodes and chatted a little bit, but today it struck home a little bit more for me again. In case y'all didn't know, if you're watching behind me, obviously, you can see I'm a Volunteers fan a little bit. But the NIL is a disaster, plain and simple. Tennessee, big rumor today came out. Supposedly, they have NIL violations. My thing to this is, you got to be kidding me. We just went through this. If you've been a Tennessee fan following along, Jeremy Pruitt era, we just went through, I think, 18. If I'm not, you can correct me if I'm wrong, 16 or 18. It's a lot of violations under Jeremy Pruitt era. We just got done with those. The NCAA said that Tennessee handled those very well, abided by all rules. Everything's good. Squash, water under the bridge, move on, type deal, right? Well, we get to today, and apparently timing is everything. I have a big breakdown of this just in case y'all are wondering where I'm going with this. So this NIL, if you have not seen it yet, you can just type in Tennessee recruiting violation or anything like that on Google, and it'll be first thing popped up. Or you probably just type in Tennessee, it'll probably be one of the first things popped up. Anyway, centers around quarterback Nico, who signed a record contract with Spire Sports Group. Nico Imalavia. I can never pronounce it.
I'm going to leave you.
I'm going to leave you. Yeah, he's about to. No, he ain't going nowhere. He signed a record contract back in 2022. With Spire Sports Group, Tennessee's primary collective, and a member of the Collective Association. It's a trade association of 30-plus collectives across the country. That's part of the NIL. TCA has advocated for a revenue-sharing model for athletes that would not require them to become employees. So they're not employees, they're contract. Okay, plain and simple. We all know all about the NIL at this point. If you haven't, look it up, research it a little bit. But basically, it's contracts for up-and-coming athletes to make money while they're playing in college. Get the feel as a professional athlete is what it's for. Also, too, it's to help, the universities. I think Tennessee is one of the largest NIL donator groups. It's got over 4,000 members, if I'm not mistaken.
They are the number 2 or number 3 as far as donors and NIL production.
It's up there. I think it's over 4,000. But yeah, since this has been going on since June 2021. Okay, the NCAA has changed its NIL policy multiple times. What happens when you change policy all the time? It creates a lot of confusion. The NCAA's initial interim policy put the onus on state laws stating that athletes could engage in NIL activities that are consistent with the law of the state where the school is located. So in other words, Tennessee follows the state law of Tennessee state. And that's that.
Well, Tennessee, with that state law, the high schools are allowed to have NIL deals as a high school students. They just cannot use the likeness of the school to promote their NIL deal.
Correct. Where am I going with this? Yes. In April 2022, Tennessee joined a growing list of states to pass resolutions allowing universities to have direct and public relationships with NIL collectives. Nico signed a month ahead in March of 22. So that's what they're looking at. They're like, hey, was he persuaded? Was he, promised this $8 million before all this was in place in April? That's where it's stemming back to. In May of 2022, so this is after he's already signed, the NCAA reminded schools that using NIL as a recruiting tool was a strict violation of its policy, even though originally in June 2021 they said it was okay. As long as you got it approved, with your state laws, everything was fine. That included coaching, could go visit players, talk about NIL, up-and-coming athletes could talk about NIL, current students enrolled in school could talk about the NIL. So yeah, they kept going back and forth is what they were doing. They're just playing mind games with these universities, keep changing laws, keep changing the script or whatever you want to say to that knowledge. But it simultaneously promised to retroactively investigate programs and their associated collectives for any potential violations. Okay, in May of 2022. So the issue at hand hinges on whether or not any of Nico's NIL deals clearly violated the NCAA's pay-for-play or inducement policies. Again, it goes back to that month ahead or the time ahead before March of 2022 if Tennessee used that influence to get Nico to sign. Response from Tennessee Donde Plowman, I think I'm saying that right, is Tennessee's chancellor. Again, guys, I'm getting all this from CBS Sports. But the NCAA's allegations are factually untrue and procedurally flawed in a letter to the NCAA obtained by ESPN. Moreover, it is intellectually dishonest for the NCAA enforcement staff to pursue infractions cases as if student athletes have no NIL rights and as if institutions all have been functioning post Alston with a clear and unchanging set of rules and willfully violating them. Tennessee has taken a clear stance that it did not violate any NIL policies as they were. So this all comes down to a matter of timing. That's all it is.
Before you go on, there is some new news out there that actually just came across from the New York Times. Not a big fan of the New York Times, but this is out there, and they do have a source. And it says the investigation, per New York Times, is focused on a use of a private jet by a donor collective to fly a high-profile recruit, now the starting quarterback, Nico, to the campus while the university was recruiting him. Paying for Nico's trip would be an NCAA violation. The Volunteers were penalized last summer for more than 200 rules infractions, and the NCAA committee infractions said that the case was one of the worst of the COI, the criminal
that was last
committee.
Year.
Yeah, this was last year.
Tennessee has it now. They keep bringing that up.
Well, they're bringing it up because you are under probation. It's a probationary. You are on probation.
Right. These would be level 1 and level 2. They'd be higher.
Oh yeah, this would be really not good ones. But the thing is, I think that's what's getting this going. Is again, I know you and all. I've already had altercations prior to even getting home this evening with a Vols fan at my work, telling me that it's just people getting jealous because of what the Vols are doing.
No, it ain't that.
The thing is you all are on probation. I'm gonna play the other guy here. You are on probation, and you all should be doing everything by the book. No, there should be nothing sketchy at all. Even if this whole Nico flying the plane thing or being on the plane is true, somebody should have said, "Hey guys, this is cool, but we need to let's get him to fly commercial. Let's get him to do it the right way." Because being under probation, they should have tiptoed around a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, but for the Tennessee chancellor to come out and say that, last time they owned up to everything. Yes. This time he's like, "This is bullcrap," pretty much. So, yeah, I don't agree with this one. They're not the only school in the hot seat. Florida is also in some NCAA violations or NIL violations, and Florida State is also in NIL violations. Tennessee, of course, is just the big headliner because they were the previous university to have all the allegations and violations. So the news media just loves running with that. Like even New York Times bringing it up last year. That's done. They're done with that. Sure, they're still on probation, like you said, or were on probation.
They still are.
Still are till when?
You got 2 more years left.
Oh, okay. So it goes well. But they've already paid what I'm getting at. They've already paid all these fines and all the players and everything like that. It's water under the bridge. They're moving on. So then you just throw this over across on their table today.
I think I don't know. That's just what happens, though. It comes up, and then that gets brought up because when you look at it, Tennessee University is on probation. Why are they on probation? This is why. So this just drags it out. Granted, had they moved on from it, absolutely. They got rid of the coaching staff. The players are gone. Cool thing, though, as far as a fan, the NCAA has gotten away from bowl bans and anything like that for the current players. But there is a stipulation that if a current player on the roster is involved in the allegations, there could be a bowl ban or a suspension of said player or said coach if they are linked to the current investigation. So,
do you know how mad I'll be?
Yeah, I do.
I'll be livid, dude. Like this is the first year. Now, granted, I'm gonna get hated on this by Tech fans and other people, but this is the first year that, other than Hendon Hooker, that I think Tennessee has a really good shot just because based off strength of schedule, Nico if he looks to be the part and is the guy like they say he is, and the wide receiver core they got coming in, they should be pretty decent next year.
Here's my thing. It was initially reported that it was multiple
Can I say something? I bet the Tennessee fan that you work with was probably just saying this because they don't want Tennessee to be as good as everybody else. Is that right? Because that's kind of some other Tennessee fans that I've got texting me today. That's kind of what they're saying. I'm like, I don't think that's not it. Obviously, there's something there that somebody knows dirt on somebody. So
here's the thing: this might come out to be nothing at all. This may be nothing at all.
Yeah,
everything's good.
Still, supposedly, they haven't even got the violation put on their front door yet.
Yeah, it's because you are on probation that this is being advertised,
broadcasted everywhere.
Hadn't it been for that, this would be like nothing right now.
That's so annoying, man.
I'm trying to figure out if they've linked anything else. Because it says the NCAA's investigation regarding the name and image likeness benefits for a student athletes in multiple sports, including football. So I'm wanting to know if there's more. Now, if there's more tied to it and it's outside the football program, this could be a very, very hairy situation. But if it's just toward Nico and this is the only thing they got, I personally don't think it goes any farther than, okay, we're going to investigate, make sure everything's good, which is what they're supposed to do.
That's what they're doing.
If something has been brought to the NCAA's attention with a program that is on probation, they have to do this. So this shouldn't scare any Vols fans. This shouldn't get anybody up in arms yet. But if it does come to find out that there is facts or backing to this investigation, and it does include multiple sports, oh gosh.
Yeah, but let's just be honest. I mean, Tennessee was on probation, so they got caught. What other universities doing the same crap that aren't on probation?
Well, you talked about it. Florida State.
But I'm just saying, like, NIL has caused so much more drama.
Georgia's under investigation, too.
I mean, before Reggie Bush, Reggie Bush had all that trouble. But, yeah, I don't know. NIL's a disaster, in my opinion. I think we need to do something about that. It's going to ruin the game.
There just needs to be more stipulation. There need to be more rules behind it.
Well, there need to be, they said, I told you, I went through 3 changes there, just in my one article of reading, really. Keep it, when you make the law changes or whatever, however you want to write it, with your lawyer, leave it. Or change it once a year, and then that's the stipulation for the next year. Like, I mean, because you got to think these guys they've probably been recruiting Nico for 2 or 3 years, probably. Or, started to talk to him, started watching him. So, I mean, it's been going on for a long time.
I mean,
I'm not just picking on Nico, but I'm saying any big recruit. I mean, colleges watch those guys forever.
My thing is, like, I mean, I'm going to stand by it. My thing is, if it's just about Nico, I don't believe this becomes anything. But if it truly is with if the baseball program's involved, if the recruitment because there's people out there saying the recruitment of Dalton Connect, but I think that's just because he's been doing so good in basketball this year.
It's taking a stab at us, man.
I will say this, and this is not me hating because I love this guy, but there's been a lot of talk that Vitello, did I say it right? Baseball coach?
Oh, Tony, yeah.
Yeah, has done some shady type stuff to get baseball program where it's at, to get some of these people where it's at. And that was my first thing. When I seen it, when it said multiple sports, I instantly thought baseball program. But
maybe
I believe if it's just Nico, y'all are fine. But if they find that there's something else going on with the rest of the program, with other sports within Tennessee, there could be some big issues. But
absolutely,
if it's just Nico, then I think y'all are fine, because I think I would believe that if you all have mishandled this Nico situation,
that place will burn down, man. It'll go crazy. It'll go crazy if something happens to Nico.
If they have mishandled this situation, the Nico recruitment, while on probation, have mishandled this any recruit. I don't care if it's Nico or not. I don't care if it's any of them. While on probation, that is the stupidest thing, because you're on probation. You know that everything has to be done by the book. So, but we'll see. I'm sure more will come out probably in the next 24, 48 hours. So,
this
is
early.
On Facebook page. We'll have more updates on it. I'm definitely going to keep a good tab on it. I've got some stuff already set up on my phone for notifications. If certain people who are close to the University of Tennessee come out and say anything, I will get the notification. So we'll keep close tabs on it. Again, I don't think nothing's going to come of it.
Yeah, I'm just my hot take here is NIL, just get it straightened out.
Yep.
If you get your set of rules, if you're going to change them every 6 months, every quarter, whatever. But let the university know that you're changing the rules like way ahead of time, because these guys, the coaches don't have time to wait on a rule book to come out. They're out there. Kids got a game on Friday. They're going straight out there to watch them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to be like, wonder what the rule book is today. I wonder if the rules change. Like, just do a better job.
I agree. I'm with you.
How about that? That's my hot take. And I'll shut up about that. You got a hot take now?
I know. I'm going to leave it at that one, because I think that's a good one to kind of pin, because I think that one can carry over into some more.
Absolutely. As the story continues, I mean, I might retract my phrase, because, like you said, I didn't realize it was potentially a private jet.
Yeah,
I thought it was mainly based off like they was trying to offer him stuff before he came in, because that was the first article that came out, because he signed in March.
Yeah.
So, but that links to that, because it's like, hey, come out and fly my private jet here before you come out to the University of Tennessee, and just, can't do that. Reggie Bush.
Oh, Reggie.
Oh, Reggie.
Needs
He
his
did it
Heisman
before
back.
his time.
Needs his Heisman back.
Now he can do it, NIL deal.
And here what my problem is.
It's all about time, baby. Timing is everything.
My problem with that is I don't give a crap how much money they got paid, how they got there, how Reggie Bush ended up at USC. That money and that jet, that car, that house, whatever it was they gave him, did nothing to help him be one of the greatest running backs in college football.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree 100%.
That dude
is one of the best running backs I've ever seen.
Yes.
If not the best.
I'll never forget his first game.
That game against Texas, man.
That game against Texas, I watched his first game, and it was against San Jose State, and
he was so good.
The first words I heard was, "Hello, everybody. Meet Mr. Bush." And I mean, this dude was electric. Made me want to be a USC fan.
Me too. I really liked watching him.
He was awesome. But anyway, I like that. We'll put a pin in that one. We'll keep following that one and get some more news up on that one, see what happens if any news breaks. But we had a live Sunday. We did another live on Sunday. Was not the best game in the world, but hey, no. I enjoyed it. I love being able to interact with our listeners, be able to talk freely to them, get their opinions, whatever it may be. I want to shout out to my wife who cooked, I believe, another great bunch of dishes for us to eat while we're sitting there watching TV.
Absolutely.
French dip sliders, Italian sliders, and jalapeno poppers wrapped in bacon. And she did all that the day before
cream cheese. Ooh,
yeah,
good.
It was great. Did all that for her birthday. And again, shout out to my wife. Yesterday she turned 32, so happy birthday, honey. Love you.
Happy birthday, Krista, even though I know it's today, but I'm going to say belated birthday since this is tomorrow. So
right.
Happy belated birthday.
Well, it's actually belated because
yeah. No?
Today's not her birthday.
Oh, was it birthday yesterday? It was yesterday. Golly, my days, dude. You got to give me a break.
Yeah. Hey, I'm
busy days.
It's usually me.
Monday. So happy belated birthday. I wish her a birthday, though.
Yep. What's your thoughts, though, on the Chiefs-Ravens game? What's your biggest takeaway? We know how outcome. What was your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, biggest takeaway, Travis Kelce is unstoppable in the playoffs. Plain and simple. Nobody can stop him. Dude went again, let's see here. 11 receptions, 116 yards, and a touchdown. He finally showed up again in the playoffs. He didn't show up the regular season, and that was the difference maker in the Chiefs, probably in the regular season. They look like a completely different offensive team with him dominating. Mm-hmm. Also, too, another takeaway there, because I don't want to just leave it with one, the run game. Run game for Chiefs was very excellent. What's his name?
Isaiah Pacheco.
Pacheco, yes, thank you. I was want to say checkup for some reason, but
checkup.
Checkup, get checkup there. Yeah, but I mean, he had a great game too. I think he averaged 4 point something yards per carry, if I'm not mistaken.
4.6 yards per carry.
Yeah, that's solid. I mean, anytime it's 4 something, it's very, very good.
Absolutely.
So yeah, very solid run game. Ravens on the other side of the ball. Keys for them. Key takeaways I take. Terrible offensive planning. Just looked lost on offense. Lamar looked terrible, in my opinion. He did not have a good game. Had no answer for the Chiefs offense. Could not move the ball.
I mean,
that's my takes.
My biggest takeaway is literally this and this only. The Ravens had the best run game in the NFL this year and ran the ball more than any team in the NFL. And they ran the ball 8 times. 87% of their plays were dropbacks with no running. And
terrible.
I mean,
terrible execution.
Lamar's not Tom Brady. He's not Peyton Manning. He has to have a run game to be effective. He has to be able to use that RPO to be effective. And I just don't understand the game plan. Like, if that was the Dallas Cowboys and McCarthy was behind that, he'd be fired.
Oh, without a doubt.
If that was Andy Reid, they would probably be like, "What are you doing?" Like, that was the most ridiculous game plan I have ever seen in a AFC or in an NFL championship game. Like,
I mean, Rex Ryan said it best.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody praised him. Everybody praised him, and then he got in there and he was terrible. Yeah. Terrible offensive play call.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Todd Monken. He came from Georgia. You seen what he did with Stetson Bennett. You seen what he did with the Ravens this offense.
I mean, he's good. Don't be wrong, but that was just a terrible execution. But also, too, shout out to the Chiefs defense for showing up. They were locked in.
Well, hell, they made it easy on them. All they had to do was defend the pass.
Yeah, I mean, when you're one dimensional, we know this. You're one dimensional, you're done.
The best pass Lamar had was the one to himself.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Actually, Jordan, the co-owner of Next Level Fitness Club, actually asked if we could go back on our live and clip that where we get real pumped and excited. So we'll have to go back and watch that and see if we can find it when he does the pass to himself. Because I think you and I did go pretty crazy. So
I can do that.
But yeah, I want to shout out to everybody that came by
Mm-hmm.
and watched the live. We do appreciate that. It was an odd time of the day. It was 3:00. We went till about 7. Yeah, went a little bit into the next game here we're getting ready to talk about, which is the
Mm-hmm.
Lions and 49ers. But those lives take a lot, guys. They take a lot out of us. But we need you. We feed off y'all's energy, your comments.
Mm-hmm.
So we are probably going to go live for the Super Bowl. So definitely be on the lookout for that. That's
I've
Super
thought of
Bowl's.
two things with the Super Bowl. I've either
Oh,
thought
sorry,
of,
guys.
I've all thought, well, again, me and you are fans of the sport just as much as anybody, and we love watching the
Absolutely.
game. But I also thought maybe we do a episode live before the Super Bowl, do a whole thing about the Super Bowl, talk about the Chiefs, talk about the 49ers, give our thoughts on the season, the NFL season, and then right before kickoff, we go our separate ways and we watch a football game. But that's just
Mm,
my thoughts. Something kind of like the Tyler's Talking Sports pregame show, something like that.
sure.
Or hell, we'll go live for the Super Bowl. I mean, whatever we want to do, but that's just an option out there.
Yeah, we'll definitely discuss it. Might do some polls too, see what people want.
Yeah.
I do that. But yeah, guys, again, appreciate y'all stopping by. Definitely more lives in the future, even if we don't do one for the Super Bowl. If we do a recording live, we'll keep y'all posted.
Absolutely.
And also be on the lookout for more lives coming up because we do
Mhm.
have some exciting stuff coming up, especially with basketball. I'm really excited for.
Mhm.
But yeah, want to get into the next game?
Yeah, next game, Lions, 49ers. I'm sorry, Detroit.
Yeah.
I hate it for y'all. That was a tough game to watch. At the end, at least, especially since I was cheering for Detroit. Big takeaways
I
there.
think 98% of America was cheering for Detroit.
Yeah, biggest takeaway there was I mean, a lot of people's pointing the finger at Dan Campbell. He's taking the responsibility, rightfully so, but
Yep.
they just took their foot off the gas. I mean, I've said it time and time again. I don't care how big the lead is at halftime. You got to keep going. You got to put the foot down. You got to you got to stomp on their throat one more time to finish them off. And the Lions just couldn't do that. And I've agreed with Dan Campbell's play calling all year. I've been high on the Lions since they beat the Chiefs week 1. His play calling is what got him there. But my biggest takeaway, a lot of people's been giving him a hard time for taking that timeout before they scored that final touchdown. I go back the fourth down play where they should have kicked the field goal.
Yep.
I said it during your all's game, the Vols versus Bama. Take the points. That's what Kirby Smart always says. Take the points because you don't know what's going to happen next. Granted, fourth downs have worked all year for the Lions. It is what single handedly got them there was being what's the word I'm looking for? Gambling. Aggressive. Yeah, being aggressive with the play calling. It was just they should have took the field goal there. Take a step back, take the field goal, get that defense, say, hey, we gave you an opportunity, stop them, we're going to go back down and score because they proved that they could score on that defense. You kick a field goal there, then we might have a game in overtime. But I'm not the guy making the play call, and you got to go with what's worked for you all year because if they get that fourth down, we're not sitting here talking about a bad play call. We're probably talking about the Lions being a Super Bowl. So
potentially, I mean, they still had yards to go, right? I mean, it was like both times on the 28, 30, right through there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I had in my notes too, and that's what everybody's wrote down. Got to kick field goals. I'm actually going to jump back to the first field goal they should have took that I think would have been maybe a little bit more of a changer. You're up 24-10. Take the field goal. You're only up 2 scores.
Yeah,
make it 3 scores. Go up 27-10. That's a little bit of mojo there.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're up 27-10. Let's say that sure they come back and tie it up 27-27 or 27-24 is what they came back to. It would have been 27-27. And you have a better shot. And then 27-24, and they could have kicked field goal tied up there. And also too they went for it on fourth down. Very gutsy call by Campbell. He's a gutsy guy.
Yeah.
He's done it all season, like you said. They're one of the most successful teams on fourth down. He trusts his guys. He trusts his players to make the play. You had Jared Goff, who played amazing in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And hats off, too, to Brock Purdy. Nobody's giving him enough credit. He had an incredible game that second half. Biggest thing with Brock Purdy that no one's talking about, in my opinion, is his run game. That's really what got the Lions, because the Lions had the coverage great. They was covering wide receivers great. It was not being able to contain Brock Purdy from the pocket. So once he got outside that pocket, he was scrambling for 10, 15 yards. And then once he started doing that opened up McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just started running the ball all over. But one thing I wanted to point out in this game was that Juwan Jennings catch. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. Juwan.
Man.
He turned into,
I said it years ago he would be a force. And then he got on the 49ers, which I was very happy to see him there because that is a potent offense, perfect place for him to play. So very happy to see him dominating out there doing well. If I have to look at the lines moving ahead to next year, got to get help on wide receiver. Number 8, what was his name? He dropped, I think,
Robinson.
he dropped 2 very key important passes.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw a tweet, I think, earlier that he said that he felt really bad, blah, 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 right? But he did drop some very important passes. I mean, they were right on the money from Jared Goff. So Lions need help on wide receiver. They got to give St. Brown a little bit more assistance. They have Laporta, who's an amazing tight end. He proved it in this game. He's the next and upcoming tight end. Really looking forward to seeing him play on that offense. But, yeah, if you're Lions, Detroit, nothing to hold your head down about. It's a great season, great year. Campbell's like, this might be the only chance we get. In saying
that's tough.
I think they'll be back. I really do.
I think that's a rightful thing to say, though. I really do. I think that's – you got to put it in perspective. I mean, there's one of the Super Bowls, one of those events that
it's hard to get to.
Yeah, and you got there. You don't know, and I think he uses that as motivation. Like, hey guys, we did it. Great year. That's kind of like, hey, we did great this year. Look how far we've came because we may not get another chance to be here again. But big news, though, from them today was the fact that Ben Johnson declined any head coaching positions. He said
I said in the live he's going to go to Washington. I missed that.
I mean, a lot of us thought that. He declined. That Washington was actually on their way there to interview him and talk to him today when he came out and said he's staying loyal. Said he doesn't want a contract, nothing, no more money. He's just there to be loyal to Dan Campbell and the Lions, and that's huge because that'll help that offense.
That tells you what type of leader Dan Campbell is, and how guys like to probably coach under him, and even the players how much. I mean, they speak highly of him as just being an incredible leader.
Breaking news.
Breaking news on the live
from the NFL. Tom Brady is replacing Greg Olsen on Fox. Tom Brady confirms he will be the network's lead game analyst in 2024. So he'll be taking the place of Greg Olsen on Fox.
Can you not replace Joe Buck or Troy Aikman? Come on, man.
Greg Olsen did amazing, dude.
I loved Greg Olsen.
That's who I wish was calling the Super Bowl instead of what we got. But
my God, who is calling the Super Bowl? Don't tell me it's Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. I'll lose my mind.
I'll give you that.
It's Tony Romo, ain't it?
Let me see.
That's even worse.
You can't type.
By the way, guys, Romo called the playoff games there, and he was talking about it's his experience, but he ain't got no experience in that round because he never made it.
Super Bowl announcers will be. Are you ready for this? Drum roll. Be on Super Bowl 58 on CBS, so that will give us Jim Nantz and Tony Romo.
All right, take care. Gosh, well, it's better. It's better than Joe Buck and Troy. And Troy Aikman. So Tony Romo, God, that's a highlight of his career. That's the first time he's made it to the Super Bowl.
Yep. Dang. Ouch. Woof.
Ouch. Yeah, I don't like the Cowboys. Sorry for y'all Cowboys fans.
I'm surprised though that Brady's taking Greg Olsen's spot. I mean, Olsen's done.
Olsen's he's only been there a couple years?
He did it last year because he called the Super Bowl last year for 5
Right, but I mean like 2 years maybe. I really like listening to his commentating. I thought he did great. So I like Nance too. Nance has been doing a good job for a long time. Not a big fan of Tony Romo. It's not just because he played on Dallas either. I don't know, something about him. I think it's because he played on Dallas. Truthfully, I just don't want to admit it.
Oh, Romo. But yeah, I'm excited to see the Super Bowl. We're not going to talk anymore about the Super Bowl because it's
got a couple episodes.
It's a week away or so much. So we don't want to go too much into that. Tom Brady has a comment though about Greg Olsen. He goes, "I think he does an incredible job every time he's on." Was his comment? Greg's done an incredible job. I have so much respect for him. How he approaches his job. He's super prepared in what he does. I think he does an incredible job every time he's on. I love listening to him. I'm just going in there to do the best I can do with my own perspective. I'm certainly had a unique vision perspective of the game for 23 years, and hopefully I can just provide some insight to all the viewers and all the fans that love the game and love the sport. He signed a 10-year, $375 million deal to join Fox in 2022. The future Hall of Famer was set to begin work this past season, but decided to wait until 2024 to get going. He told Pat McAfee that he's already done some dry runs with Buck Burkhardt, to begin the chemistry building process to get used to being in the broadcast booth and calling games opposed to being on the field. The 7-time Super Bowl champion will finish his first season with Fox with the premiere game on the network broadcasting the Super Bowl from New Orleans in February 2025. What is next for Greg Olsen? Will he accept the demotion to number 2, or could he be moved elsewhere? It's something new he knew was coming when he took the job. So if Olsen does move on, it would be sports broadcasting hottest free agent, and we could see him regarding as rearranging of personnel. CBS, NBC, ESPN, or Amazon get involved in a bidding war over his services.
Yeah, replace Joe Buck.
Yep. Now here's a guy.
Tom Brady, man. Wow.
Yep.
10 years, $375. That's $37.5 a year, dude. Comment on football. What the heck are we doing? Let's go apply, dude. I'm sick of this.
Either that or become a head coach in college football and then do bad.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Jimbo.
Yeah, Jimbo.
I love that. I love that interview with Jimbo where he's sitting down and he's like, "Yeah, I'm really struggling, sitting on his couch making like $7 million $8 million a year or something like that." Yeah, something crazy.
But yeah, we have no Super Bowl this week, but we do have, for the first time ever, Pro Bowl skill and flag football game. This is something I kind of want to go over really fast. Nothing because if you're like me, I've pretty much given up on the Pro Bowl and everything. I'm kind of interested to see how Peyton and Eli do coaching the 2 flag football teams. But we did have some Pro Bowl changes. Patrick Mahomes is out, but obviously because he's in the Super Bowl. Gardner Minshew replaces him in the Pro Bowl as a quarterback for the AFC. Brock Purdy is out. Jalen Hurts replaces him. The starter for the AFC on the flag football team is Tua Tagovailoa. Running back is Raheem Mostert. Fullback is Alec Ingold from Miami Dolphins. Dolphins got 3 guys from their backfield, plus Tyreek Hill and Amari Cooper.
Jesus.
That's your starting wide receivers. Travis Kelce would have been your starting tight end. I haven't seen a replacement for him, so I'm guessing David Njoku will be the starter since he was the backup. Who else is on the team? Another big names. You got your normal linemen. Chiefs center was the starting center.
Max Crosby on defense.
Myles Garrett. Chris Jones, he'll be replaced. T.J. Watt, he made it as a starter, but pretty sure he's still out with the injury, so he's not playing. Khalil Mack will be his main guy, or Josh Allen, the linebacker, not the quarterback. Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen, 2 good linebackers there from the Ravens. The Broncos have Patrick Surtain playing starting cornerback with Sauce Gardner. Why do you name your kid Sauce? Free safety, Justin Simmons with the Steelers. I think this is the first Steelers name I've seen come up.
Yep.
Fitzpatrick, but he's hurt, right?
Yeah, Fitzpatrick's hurt.
So that's 2. That's him and T.J. Watt. So
he might play. I don't know.
Justin Tucker made his place kicker. Marvin Mims is the AFC's kick returner from the Broncos, and special teamer is Miles Killebrew from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
There you go. There's none.
As far as the NFC, Brock Purdy was the starting quarterback for the NFC. So Dak Prescott will move into that role. Matthew Stafford will be the number 2. Christian McCaffrey was the starting running back. DeAndre Swift will represent the NFC as starting running back. Kyle Juszczyk was the starting fullback. Don't know where the NFC will go that route. CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown is wide receivers. George Kittle, he's gone. But, hey, rookie Sam Laporta, you mentioned him, will be your starting tight end for the NFC. Trent Williamson, he won't be there for the 49ers. Lane Johnson will be there. Benny Schwell from the Detroit Lions will be there. Zach Martin. Jason Kelce, it could be his last Pro. Yep, it could be his last Pro Bowl. It's flag football. I'm sure he's going to be playing. Defensively, you have any big names here? Bosa's out. Adrian Hutchinson, another line. Aaron Donald, Micah Parsons. I said Micah Parsons. Fred Warner out. Bobby Wagner. That dude, I feel like he's been in the league for 20 years.
He's been in the league for 30 years. Yeah, Bobby Wagner. I forgot he was still playing.
Dallas Cowboys punter Brian Anger. Kicks it with anger. Also, their place kicker, Brandon Aubrey, will be the kicker for them, and Jalen Reeves-Maben from the Detroit Lions will be the special teamer. So
where did he play school? Where did he play?
Man, you know where he went. He went to UT.
That a boy?
Sir.
Just checking in on you.
He was down there when you went down there to watch Georgia.
He sure was. Jalen Reeves-Maben.
Yep. Really fast. But here's something really cool, though. This is Thursday night, February 1st. We'll run through these. I don't really know everybody's participating, so maybe you can just throw names out. That's why I kind of want to go over the people that's in the Pro Bowl, because I think that's who represents these. They're having skills competitions. Won't go through all of them, but who do you think will win the best passing accuracy and the precision passing presented by Lowe's? Who will be the best out of the 6 quarterbacks?
Out of the 6, let me look at the names
Yeah.
again real quick.
That'll be Jalen Hurts in place of Purdy, and it'll be Gardner Minshew out of the replacing Patrick Mahomes.
Tua.
Tua? I like
Yep,
that.
Tua.
That's where I was going to go there with that one, too. I'll go with Tua. Best catch?
Best catch.
Now, this is they're trying to, like, do something really cool when they catch it.
Yeah. I'll tell people what that is. I looked it up because I was curious how they're going to do that. It's creativity based,
Yep.
so they're going to try to do something crazy, and will be voted on by the fans online. So that will be voted on by fans.
Is it just receivers, or can DBs and them be in that as well?
I think it's just wide receivers.
Okay.
I think I'd have to look again at the stats.
Okay.
I'm gonna say old CD Lamb on that one.
Like CD Lamb, I like that one. I was going to go with Keenan Allen, but I'm afraid he'll get hurt if he does something too crazy. So give me Mike Evans in this one.
Nah, too old.
I love me some Mike Evans.
I love Mike Evans, but he's too old.
He ain't too old. Mike Evans still there.
Yeah. He's good.
Closest to the pin, that is punting, right?
That's golf. Nope, that's golf.
They're golfing?
They're golf balls.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, that would have been Patrick Mahomes would have been my pick there if he was in it.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Give me Stafford.
It's 6 players from each conference that are doing that. We don't know which 6.
If Stafford's in it, it's Matthew Stafford.
I say you're right.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, I was reading that. I was like, wait, it's golf? Because I thought it was going to be like punting, like you said, like closest to the hole. But no, it's golf, apparently. I have no idea who to pick on that.
Man, it's going to be somebody like, I think Michael Parsons.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Smack a ball.
Kick, tic-tac-toe, Justin Tucker.
Kick, tic-tac-toe. It's they showcase their skills. First kicker to complete a connecting line of 3 squares or hit 5 squares total will be declared the winner and earn 3 points for his conference. Let's see.
Justin Tucker.
Yeah, I say you're right. Marvin Mims, never heard of him.
Marvin Mims is a kick returner.
Oh, it's kick returner. Where's the other kick? You don't have the kickers listed on here, do you?
Yeah, I do. It's the place kicker.
Oh,
Brandon Aubrey, the Dallas Cowboys kicker.
Yeah.
The punters.
Okay.
The punters will be part of it.
Brandon Aubrey. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go same. Justin Tucker. He's accurate.
Yeah, give me Justin Tucker in that one. As far as Sunday goes, who wins the Pro Bowl flag football? Team Peyton, which I think is the AFC, or Team Eli with the NFC? Who wins?
I never go against Peyton. Peyton all day.
Give me Peyton, yeah. This is pretty cool. I'm going to go through this. The Pro Bowl skills competition will have a communal score leading up to the flag football game Sunday. So depending on which conference has the most, that's how they'll start it off. Scoring for the Pro Bowl games works the following way. The winning conference of each skill competition earns 3 points toward the team's overall score, with 24 points available across the 8 skill events. The winning conference from each of the first 2 flag football games on Sunday will earn 6 points for the team, a total of 12 points available. Points from the skills competition and the first 2 flag football games will be added together and will be a score beginning of the third and final flag football game, which will determine the winning conference of the Pro Bowl games. I hate all this. Let's just go out and play football, but we can't because we can't get hurt or whatever. There's my hot take. This is stupid, but it'll be fun to watch. Pro Bowl went downhill big time, but that's all we got for the NFL. That starts Thursday night, and then the games are on Sunday. And did I put the TV channels there? Yes,
I think you did up at the top.
Yes, Sunday at 4:00. This all starts at 3 for the Pro Bowl championship games, and it's on ESPN, ABC, Disney XD, ESPN Plus, ESPN Deportes, and NFL Plus.
I like I said, ESPN Deportes. I like that.
If you got tickets, the gates open at 12 p.m.
Really cheap, too.
Yeah, really cheap. By the way, speaking of Super Bowl tickets, guess what the average ticket price is on third-party ticket selling services, which is like StubHub, SeatGeek.
Yeah.
Average ticket price.
One seat?
One seat, average ticket price for the Super Bowl.
$3,600.
$3,600. You want another guess?
Am I higher or lower?
Higher. Oh, you're lower. You're lower than what's
I'm lower.
You need to go higher. One more.
$5,400.
$10,000.
What?
Yep, that's the average ticket price for the Super Bowl.
Oh my god.
Yep. If you
that has went crazy.
You got that right.
It used to be like 5,
Yeah.
4,
Yeah.
3 in that ballpark, which is still stupid. $10,000.
$10,000. I said it last night. Me and Chris was talking about it. Absolutely insane.
for a football game.
Yep. That's average. That means that's taking the lowest and taking the highest.
$100,000 seats there.
You know what? Why? Just for giggles right now.
I know why. It's for Usher. That's why. Usher, baby.
Usher, baby. I'm going to try to buy some tickets. You want to go to Super Bowl?
Yeah, let's get it.
Right.
Hang on.
You want
to do some stocks now?
You want Ticketmaster right now? Hold on. Where you want to sit?
Babe, need to sell the house.
You just want to be there or what?
I want sidelines.
Oh.
If we go to Super Bowl, we going big.
Tickets are now on sale. I got to join a queue.
Oh, join a queue. Okay. $10,000.
How long is the wait?
Hey, if he was friends with Christian McCaffrey's wife, you could have just been luckily in the stands, and she gave out a set of Super Bowl tickets to some fans.
Did she really?
She did.
That's
great lady.
Freaking awesome.
Miss Universe. Yeah,
all right,
awesome
buddy.
Lady.
I found us a ticket. 2 tickets, and this is putting us
right on the sideline.
Row 306. This is putting us about halfway up.
Okay.
No, how long we're halfway up for $6,099.
Nosebleeds
per person.
Piece?
Yeah. If you want to sit where you're wanting to sit on the sidelines, it's $25,470.
Okay. Okay. All right. Hey, guys. In case y'all wonder, we do take donations to this channel. So if you want to send Hess and I to the Super Bowl, donate money.
This is the lowest. Okay? The lowest ticket is $6,999. That's the lowest ticket price.
The lowest ticket.
Yes.
Dear Lord, what is going on? Inflation, guys.
The highest ticket is $40,943. That's a brand new car.
$40K for one night. Sheesh. Talk about wasting money.
You know what?
You know what? I'm gonna buy it. Where's it at? I thought that's what she's gonna say.
Where's it at?
You know what? Where's it at? I'm gonna buy it.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna find the highest tickets price. The highest ticket still available is $30,619. That puts me in row 18 in section C112. So it's on the sideline. I got 4 tickets still available for $30,000.
For $30K?
Then there's $29K, $28K, $27K. Could you imagine paying $30,000 for one ticket? I'm clicking it. See what happens. Does it do a credit check?
Oh, I just bought it. Oh,
God. But yeah, that's ridiculous.
That just makes me want to throw up. That's disgusting.
I'll never go to the Super Bowl.
Well, no.
There's no way. Unless Tyler's Talking Sports makes it big and we host the Super Bowl.
Now, someone's gonna make a donation to us, so we're gonna go. God.
All right, let's move on.
I gotta sell some gym equipment. One second. That's ridiculous. Hang on. I gotta do some paperwork over here. Sell it off. See which pieces I can sell.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Hey, we can sell a kidney, Hess. Or body parts.
Let's do it. Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes.
We can sell our body parts.
Yes.
We only need one.
That's right. All right. That's done with the NFL now that we know that we'll probably never go to the Super Bowl, so that's great. NBA, though, we've been to NBA games, so you never know. We might make it to the NBA Finals or a playoff game. But we got some big news out of the NBA yesterday. Joel Embiid, which is probably the front runner for the MVP. If you don't know who he is, he's the Philadelphia Sixers starting center. He missed Monday night's game in Portland with a knee injury. The team announced that would have been his second straight game Embiid has missed. I don't know if he's playing tonight because I think they are playing tonight. He was a late scratch from Saturday with 2-time MVP against Denver. If he misses 5 more games, he is ineligible for the MVP.
Wow, we still got half a season to go.
He's already missed 12 games this year. If he misses 5 more, he would be ineligible for any postseason NBA awards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joel Embiid is very key. And not just key just because he's front runner for MVP right now ahead of Jokic. Fun fact for you, Hess. I don't know if you know this or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I love my basketball stats. So Joel Embiid is actually the leading foul shooter in the league.
Nice.
He is the highest percentage of getting to the free throw line ahead of Shaq.
He's a big guy.
You got like it's a chart, right? It's a graph. It's going over like LeBron, and it's got like KD. There are all these guys here. It's got like how often, when they drive in, if they're going to get fouled.
Right.
Well, it's got Shaquille O'Neal way up here, right? You're like, oh man, nobody ever touched that. You go like 6 notches higher, there's Joel Embiid. And that's how good this guy is at getting to the free throw line. When James Harden led the league in points, 4 years ago, he was one of the league's leader in foul free throw percentage. God bless. I cannot talk tonight. Anyway, he got to the line. He got fouled. He put up some shots. Is what I'm getting at, folks.
You got to make a free throws.
You gotta make a free throws. Okay, get out there and make a free throws.
That's right.
But yeah, that's what makes Joel Embiid so valuable for the 76ers. It's because he knows how to get to the line.
As far as Embiid tonight, which is Wednesday night, he is questionable against the Warriors. So if he don't play this game, it'll be 3 straight games he's missed. He is questionable. Before we move on, though, with some of the games that are coming up Thursday, the Bucks, they lost in Doc Rivers' debut.
Yep, big too.
Expected, or is just a sign of this team?
Yeah, I said this before. Doc Rivers passed his time. I don't think that was a terrible hire. I truly do. I think it was a name hire. They should have just kept the guy they got. It was working. They can say what they want. They were second in the East. They're still second in the East, but they're second in the East. 30-13. I mean, sure, you probably should be a little bit better. There were some games there you didn't play no defense, but we're not even we're halfway through the season.
I can't talk either, man. I got a question for you here. I want your opinion on this. Did you see what Jason Kidd said?
I did not.
Jason Kidd said Luka is better than Dirk Nowitzki.
Too early for that.
And is in the realm of Michael Jordan.
Way too early. Way too early for that. How old's Luka? Luka's been in the league, what, 6 years, 7 years?
Luka?
2018?
Let me see if I got an actual age.
It might not even be that long.
He's 24.
Okay, so if he came in the league 18, it'd been 6 years. He's been in the league 5 or 6 years. I love Luka. Don't get me wrong.
He's averaging 48.7 points a game, 13 assists, and three of the last 4 games.
Yeah, 3 of the last 4. Like I said, I love Luka. Love him.
Only Wilt Chamberlain has generated more points in a 3-game span in NBA history, accounting for 82 and 81 points in overlapping 3-game runs in 1962. Doncic became the first player to average 50-point triple-double over 2 games, following his 73-point, 10-rebound, 7-assist game against Atlanta with 28 points, 10 rebounds, 17 assists the next night against the Kings.
All right, he was in the NBA 2018. I was right. Okay, so 6 years. You cannot take a guy that's been in the league 6 years and compare him to Michael Jordan. Sorry.
He said he's in the realm. He didn't say that he's comparing. He's saying when it's all said and done, Luka's going to be right there.
Maybe he's got to win championship.
But is he better than Dirk?
Dirk has championship rings.
So you're saying
you can't compare. You can't compare. I mean, Dirk had a successful 20-year career, pretty much. Michael Jordan, same way. You know, those guys healthy was top notch. I love Dirk. Dirk's a sharpshooter. I don't know. I think it's too early. Luka has it.
Yeah,
he has it. He's an MVP caliber player. I mean, he's incredible. One of the top 10 players in the league right now, easily.
Yes.
But I'm not going. I wouldn't put them in the conversation just yet. He took that role from Dirk, and now Dallas has their next guy, their star. He's that guy. But to say that he's comparable to Dirk or in the realm of Michael Jordan, that's too early. He's only been in the league 6 years.
Right.
Let's say he blows his knee out next year. He's done.
He's already done that.
Yeah, but let's say a bunch of those guys lose a step, man.
Just to put in context where this came from, Jason Kidd appeared on 97.1 The Freak, the Downbeat. It's a radio station out of Dallas. He proclaimed Luka at 24 belongs in the conversation with Michael Jordan and others on the short list of the greatest players in NBA history. He said he is better than Dirk, a Hall of Famer who was teammates with Dirk Nowitzki on the Mavs 2010-2011 championship team. He's in the atmosphere of MJ, the best to ever do it, LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. And just to appreciate what this young man is doing at the age of 24 is something that Dallas has never seen. I said this internally. I said he is better than Dirk. He does things Dirk could never do, and now the opportunity is getting the right people around him to ultimately win a championship.
I don't agree with that.
I just wanted your opinion on it.
Luka's good. He's been in the league 6 years. Again, at his age, he probably is better than Dirk. I don't know. I don't know how good Dirk was.
Other breaking news. Just got this came across right now on my computer screen here. Mac McClung will be playing in the Rising Stars NBA Rising Stars game. He'll be on the team with Wemby and Chet Holmgren. He'll be on that team, so
That's good because he's not in the NBA. Thanks, guys.
So
We
you'll get to see
appreciate
that. Could be a big moment for him though. If he can ball out there, do some good in the dunk
Mm-hmm.
contest, get him noticed. Just wanted to throw that out there for all the. And also we shared it on Facebook. I think this is really cool. Steph Curry is going to face Sabrina Anzioko. I think that's how you say her name to
The
complete.
sharpshooter
Yep.
from the WNBA.
Yep, that'll be really cool. So I think she beats him.
I think she does too. I've always said that women shoot 3-pointers better than guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, Caitlin Clark, prime example.
Yeah.
Sharpshooters, man.
This is Tuesday. We're going into Wednesday. So we want to give you all a list of games that are going on. We're going to quick hit these. I'm going to throw it out. Castle, you give me who you think is going to win.
Sure.
First game, Chicago Bulls versus the Charlotte Hornets.
Chicago. 106-98.
All right. 106-98. Detroit versus Cleveland.
Cleveland Cavaliers, even though they lost their star Tristan Thompson.
Okay.
For a 25-game suspension. Cleveland by 15.
Donovan Mitchell has a big game here, and Colin Sexton will make up for Tristan Thompson not being there. So, yeah, I like that. Clippers versus Washington.
Clippers are hot right now. They've definitely moved up in the rankings on the West. Give me the Clippers here. James Harden have another good game. Westbrook's thriving off the bench. That's what he needed to agree to. They finally got all those egos checked, and they're just playing ball.
Yeah,
what I see here in the Clippers.
And that was all Russell Westbrook's decision. They wanted him to start. He said, no, I'm coming off the bench. This team will work better that way. And
I really respect that.
People don't give him enough credit for doing that.
Melo struggled with the ego check. He really did.
Yeah. Sacramento Kings versus the Miami Heat. Big game here.
I like Sacramento.
I like Sacramento.
Sacramento's tough. That game is at Miami.
Yes.
Miami's tough to beat at Miami.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that back. I'm going to go Miami. I like Spoelstra.
Give me the Kings.
Yeah, the game's at home, so.
Yeah, give me the Kings in that one. New Orleans versus the Rockets.
I like New Orleans.
Yeah,
They're a very solid team.
Give me the Pelicans. The greatest player of all time versus the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh, man. So you're going Karl Anthony Towns? Is that who you're talking about?
No, I said the greatest player of all time versus the Minnesota.
Oh.
If you don't know who I'm talking about, that'd be the Dallas Mavericks, yes.
Yeah, Dallas Mavericks. Minnesota in this one.
Minnesota, I like that. Orlando Magic versus San Antonio.
Magic.
Okay. Denver, Oklahoma City.
That's going to be a matchup right there. That one's at OKC. Give me OKC.
I'm going to take Denver in that one.
Denver's tough. Denver very tough, but they struggled on the road.
They have struggled on the road. Phoenix. These are the two games that are on national television Wednesday night. This is 8:30 on ABC. The Phoenix Suns versus the Brooklyn Nets.
I like Brooklyn in this one.
Yeah,
I've not been high on Phoenix. Phoenix has been struggling all year.
Yeah, they got chemistry issues. Give me Brooklyn.
Yep.
And at 10 o'clock, if you decide to stay up and see how this one goes, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, Dame Lillard back in Portland. He'll do fine. He'll thrive. Big game from Dame in that one. I'm going to go over-under. I'm going to go over 38 with Dame.
I'm saying Dame scores over 50.
Oh!
Mm-hmm. I think it's a very close game. I think we're looking like a 118-115 game, and Dame hits the game winner.
Yeah, nice. I like it.
Before we leave the NBA, though, what's your opinion on the Knicks? 7 in a row, and they've beat the Heat, the Bucks.
They're looking very smart on that trade. I did not think that would happen. When you text me that, I was like, I don't really see it. But again, I'm not an NBA analyst, and these guys know their basketball.
They did lose Julius Randle for a couple of weeks. He had a separated shoulder.
That's okay. Yeah. Randle ain't what he was. Your biggest player, your biggest breakout player is Brunson.
Yeah, Brunson's tearing it up right now.
Brunson's tearing it up, man. That's the difference.
The Knicks are one game out of the second seed in the East right now, and they're actively playing right now against the Utah Jazz, and they're up 34-29.
Nice.
Boston is playing the Indiana Pacers right now. They're at 55-39.
I'm watching my Vols lose right now. They're down. God, down by 7.
Just to talk, see who's leading right now. Yep. No, Brunson's actually having a down kind of game. He ain't playing that great. He's only got 4 points.
Still early.
Dante DiVincenzo is leading the Knicks right now. If you don't know who that is, he was drafted in Milwaukee out of Villanova. He was the one who won MVP when they won the national championship a couple years ago. But anyway, that's all we got for the NBA. We got some more basketball, though. AP poll came out in college basketball. What's your thoughts on that, bud?
Yeah, I agree with the top 5, 6 right here. 7, I'm a little bit leery on with Duke. Duke did play good at Tech. I will give them that. They won by 10. It's a very solid win there. That was at Virginia Tech too. Also, too, Virginia Tech's 3-point record was broke.
Yes.
What was that guy's name? He had 300 threes.
Yes.
Been there 5-year seniors, what Brian Long said. Shout out to Brian. Always keeping us up to date with them Hokies.
That would have been Hunter Kakator.
Kakator. No, Couture.
Kakator.
That's his name. Thank you. Yeah, big game there. Very solid win for Duke. So I'll probably leave them in that 7 spot. Tennessee's getting ready to lose South Carolina, so they're going to drop back. South Carolina will definitely be in the rankings next week. They've now knocked off Kentucky, and it looks like they're getting ready to knock Tennessee off on the road. So very, very sneaky team there. They are 17-3. 5-2 in the SEC. So
North Carolina right now is tied with Georgia Tech.
North Carolina's on a 10-game win streak, I think, right?
Outside of it's UConn, North Carolina, and then Duke. That's your 3 hottest teams in college basketball right now. And like I said, they're
rightfully so.
North Carolina's on the road tonight at Georgia Tech. They're like I said, they're tied 37-37. Marquette is on the road tonight at Villanova, and they're only up 1 right now. So,
who won the Texas game last night with Houston? Who won that? It went to overtime. I watched it till then. I was like, I gotta go.
Houston won 76-72.
That was a game. That was a very good game.
Houston's got a deep team.
Houston's good. I mean, 18-2, 19-2 now. Actually, you didn't know yesterday. Yeah, so they're 19-2 now. That's right.
19-2, yeah.
That's impressive.
My biggest thing here is people need to watch out for Iowa State. They moved up 11 spots at AP Poll. They're playing some really good basketball. A team that's been very disappointing. Oklahoma has been disappointing, in my opinion. They've not played good. And Auburn. Auburn has just.
Auburn's okay.
They're okay, but I mean, when they lose bad.
They played a tough Alabama school. Alabama's back they entered top 25 again, rightfully so. They're very good.
Yeah,
they were top 25 preseason too. I mean,
like you said though, South Carolina, they are 26th in the poll. If you want to go into that, they received 108 votes.
They're going to be in.
Ole Miss was there. Texas was they received 10 votes. The other team to look out for, San Diego State. They've been playing good basketball here lately too. I think they'll go crack the top 25 and have a good week. Other than that, out of Iowa State, and I'm good with Duke. Wisconsin, I talked about them early in the year, and they've done nothing but just play Wisconsin basketball. Like they're up to 6th.
Defense. Yep.
Very good. Real tough to play. A real tough place to play there in Wisconsin. But Wednesday night, we got some big games. It'll be January 31st. First big game of the night is at 6:30 on the Big Ten Network. Number 2, Purdue versus Northwestern. Northwestern pulled off some upsets this year. They beat Purdue earlier in the year, I believe.
They did.
But this time it's in Purdue. Who you got in this one, bud?
I got Purdue. It's a little bit of a rematch game. Purdue already knows what Northwestern has. Yeah, give me Purdue. I don't think they mess up on this time.
If you're not wanting to watch that game, and maybe you don't got the Big Ten Network, also at 6:30 Wednesday night on the SEC Network. This is a big game for my Georgia Bulldogs. They're playing number 24 Alabama in Athens. Georgia has only lost 1 game at home this year, and that was to the Vols. Who got in this one?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go Bulldogs on this one just because it is a home game. Alabama just came off a big win against Auburn. I think they'll be caught sleeping on the road here. Give me Bulldogs.
Yeah. The Georgia needs it. They're 14-6 on the year, 4-3 in conference play. Alabama's 6-1 in SEC play. This is a big game for the University of Georgia. They got to win this game if they want any shot at making the tournament without winning the SEC conference tourney. So this is a big game for them. Give me Georgia in this one. That defense, that freshman-led team. Georgia wins a close one here at home. But the big game of the night, which I think this one could be closer than what people are thinking it's going to be, is on ESPN at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Yeah. Florida versus number 10 Kentucky in Rupp Arena in Lexington.
Yeah, this game was really close the first time they played each other. I think it was 1-point game or 2-point game. Mm-hmm. Kentucky's been struggling. They struggled against Arkansas this last game I watched them play. Just very young. Yeah. I mean, they got 1 or 2 seniors, I do believe. But yeah, Kentucky's been struggling, but this is a Rupp Arena, which is to their advantage. Mm-hmm. So I do look for Kentucky to close this one out against Florida. Florida's just not there just yet. So yeah, give me Kentucky by at least 8.
Give me Kentucky in this one. I think they blow them out. I think Kentucky sends a message here to Florida. Give me Kentucky by 18. whatever. Kentucky by 18. They're
Vols just pulled back within a live game.
Yep.
Vols in South Carolina, they just pulled back in with 5.
Yep.
2 minutes to go.
Dalton
They were down by
Knecht's.
9 just a second ago. Yeah, Dalton Knecht's a man.
That guy that I can't remember his name, I apologize for that. The guy that got eligible that wasn't eligible for Kentucky, last name begins with a Z. They call him Big Z. He wasn't eligible all year. He's from overseas. Ever since he's played, Kentucky has been just dominant. He is an absolute stud. He could be the X factor, gets Kentucky to the national title this year. But college basketball, we're getting close to. We're done with college basketball. We're 14 days away though from the MLB, and I'm excited. If you don't know what I mean by that, pitchers and catchers report in 14 days, roughly. I think the Dodgers report February 9th, and then everybody else reports the 14th, 15th. Yankees report the 14th. The Braves will report the 15th with pitchers, catchers. Your first spring training game is February 28th, I think. Don't correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I was looking at that earlier today. But we got some headlines so far in MLB. Aaron Hicks, former Yankee, joins the Angels after leaving Baltimore in free agency. The Yankees still paying him $19 million though to play for the Angels.
Yeah, boy.
That was didn't see that come, but that's another signing that the Angels have got that could turn into just. They're going to be a solid team, I believe. I really believe that.
Angels will be good. That's a good pickup. Hicks will do well. He'll do well with the Angels, I guarantee it. He played very well when he went to Baltimore. It's just something about New York. Certain players can't play there. So
also today, the Orioles got sold for $1.725 billion. So that was a big deal there. Didn't realize that they were worth that much, but holy crap.
They will be.
Another big news, World Series MVP Corey Seager. He'll be out most of spring training. He had hernia surgery. They hope to have him ready by opening day. Big loss here for the Mets. They really thought they were going to bring Justin Turner back, but instead he decided to sign with the Blue Jays.
Saw that. Good
signing there, good bench presence there. I don't see Justin Turner being the player he's been over the last couple of years. He's definitely not going to be the player he was with the Dodgers, but it's a very good veteran to have on your team. Former AL Manager of the Year from the Boston Red Sox and Blue Jays, Jimmy Williams. He died the other day at 80 years old. He was the 1999 American League Manager of the Year. He won 910 games over a dozen seasons, including stints in Toronto and Houston. Red Sox said when Williams died Friday at the hospital in Tarpon Springs, Florida, after a brief illness. Williams lived in nearby Palm Harbor. Sorry, we got that out. Williams was voted AL Manager of the Year after leading the Red Sox at their second straight playoff appearance and said to be the calm in the clubhouse and easier than home. So big loss there for the Boston Red Sox organization. Other than that, out of the Brewers, they expect no knee issues out of their new first baseman, Rhys Hoskins. I think you both called him going to the Brewers to be their first baseman. I think we also said maybe the Cubs.
Yep.
Let's see what else. Scherzer and DeGrom, they're aiming for a midsummer returns. That'll be huge for the Rangers, especially if they're in playoff contention. But I will say this, if they're not and there's something off there, that could be two players that you see get traded at the deadline. And the Guardians bring back Carlos Carrasco to a minor league deal. He was a former pitcher there when they were the Indians, who actually did pretty well for them. Other than that, I just want to get your I want to gauge you. Are you looking forward to baseball? Or are you kind of
absolutely
like where we're at? I am too. You get the MLB network or MLB season pass. This year, I think we need to try to get on YouTube TV so we don't have to go through so many apps because it's on there.
Switch over to get on there. That's fine. If you want to switch over,
we'll try to do that. Yeah, I think it'd be easier so we don't have to. And you get the multi-view, so we could watch multiple baseball games.
At once.
Yeah, so that would be cool. We'll talk about that between me and you. No, guys, you cannot have our MLB subscription. That thing is way too valuable.
It's a lot of money.
It's something I wanted to throw in there, guys, just to kind of finish up the episode. I had some people reach out that are NASCAR fans. And if you are not a NASCAR fan, and maybe you're trying to get back into the sport or maybe you're trying to watch something, they do start their season. They have their expedition race this weekend at the LA Coliseum. If you don't know what the LA Coliseum is, that's where the USC Trojans play football. It's a really small, little local, short track. I'm excited about NASCAR starting back. Track schedule, it starts Saturday. They have their qualifying. Then there's going to be 4 heat races. All this is broadcast on Fox. It'll be heat races like your local dirt track type races. Every year this race has been It's very slow because it's a short track. It's your local short track, but they beat and bang. They get mad. Tempers flare. But then the main event is Sunday. They have a last chance qualifying race where the top finisher will advance to the main heat. And then at 5 p.m., the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum will start. It's 150 laps. Only green flag laps start. It's always been a really good race. It's a good way to kind of see all the cars, see all the drivers are going to be racing this year, the new body styles, the new paint schemes. And one more thing, if you're maybe trying to get into NASCAR again, or maybe you're interested, Netflix, they came out with their documentary today. They followed some of the drivers from last year. Apparently it's really in-depth. I know everybody knows who Dale Jr. is. He said it was absolutely incredible, and he learned things about drivers that he's been best friends for 20 years that he didn't know about. So apparently it's pretty good. I'm going to watch a little bit of it, see how it is. If y'all want more NASCAR stuff, let me know. I can take care of you on NASCAR. I've always loved it. It's just been something I've loved since I was a child. Never stepped away from it, even through the rotten years. So it's got a lot better here lately. I will give you that. The new car, the new body styles, the new drivers that are in it, the new tracks that they're going to. NASCAR's done really well to try to make it popular again, and I think they're going in the right direction with that. But again, all this is on Fox. It's going to be exciting. And then with that being said, we're 2 weeks away from the Daytona 500. So
yeah, boy,
Daytona.
Any predictions? Any predictions of your winner? You want to give a little, just a hint?
With this race could be anybody. With it being an expedition, nobody really cares. So I don't really know who can win this one because it's not a traditional track. This track's smaller than the track at Lebanon High School. So,
oh wow,
yeah, it's super. It's literally in the football stadium. But the Daytona 500, I'm going to put money on either Bubba Wallace or Ryan Blaney in that one.
Ooh,
yeah. So. But the Daytona,
I don't know enough drivers anymore, so I'm just going to pick a car brand. Go Chevy.
Oh, Chevy. I like that. Hey,
I like Chevy.
There's a bet on there. There's a bet. FanDuel is the official sponsor of betting through NASCAR. No, DraftKings. DraftKings is the official betting sponsor of NASCAR. And they do have where you just pick a manufacturer. So you can win money off
I just want to pause you real quick. Sorry, I keep looking up. I know if you're watching video, I'm sorry. It is 56-59. Dalton Connect just hit a 3, so it's 56-59 now with 31 seconds to go.
Oh, nice.
Dalton Connect is a man. He has taken over the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Even if they do lose, I mean, he's balled out.
Yes.
So, yeah, he's good, folks. But yeah, back to Hess's NASCAR. In case y'all didn't know, I don't watch NASCAR anymore. I used to be a huge Jeff Gordon fan. Love Dale Earnhardt Jr. Looking back on it, if I grew up in the 90s, I would have been a diehard Dale Earnhardt fan, hand on the Bible. Like, never probably would have cheered for Jeff Gordon, just knowing once I grew up and how much different they drove and everything. But love Jeff Gordon, don't get me wrong, but yeah, Dale Earnhardt, hands down. But yeah, I'll try to get back in NASCAR a little bit with Hess doing these segments right here. It probably made me interested enough maybe to at least see who wins.
Yeah.
And maybe watch some of the heats. I know I won't watch all of them just because it's just too long.
I'll just say this, as far as if you're new to, you're trying to get into it, maybe you're like, you know what, why not? This is just a good way to kind of just see who the drivers are, see the cars. This is just, this race is not the typical NASCAR race, but the Daytona 500, that's a really fun one to watch, and especially the ending of those races. Those have been really, really good here lately.
Hey, is the Kodak car going to be in that?
Morgan McClure shut the doors on that. We're trying to get a hold of Brian Long and Matthew and Bo and JR and Justin,
all those guys down there at Morgan McClure. Shout out to them. Appreciate them watching.
Maybe they bring a car back, put our sponsor.
Bring that car back, put it in there.
Put Tyler's Talking Sports on the back.
Tyler's Talking Sports on top of it.
But guys, that's all we got for episode 29 in the middle. I hope you all absolutely enjoyed this show. We got some special things coming later on this week. We're really excited about, looking forward to. Hope you all have an absolutely wonderful Wednesday. Before we end it, though, Cass, we got any final thoughts?
Yeah, shout out to happy birthday to Jalen Rose. Today is his birthday. So happy birthday, Jalen.
Jalen Rose.
Yeah.
Like the basketball player?
Basketball player, the sports announcer, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jalen Rose.
No, but I don't have no happy birthdays for anybody. I said happy birthday to my wife. Only thing is, Vlad Guerrero Jr. announced the new cover athlete for MLB The Show 24. Incredible baseball game. Really always love the show. They do that really well. But he will be the cover athlete for 2024. That game is released on March 13th. So be on the lookout for that, all you video game lovers out there. But again, guys.
Also, too, I was just going to tell all the people. I know we've had people ask about NCAA. I have. I know, Hess, I think you have too, about like when the college game is going to be released. We're still keeping up to date on that. It's rumored still July time frame, but we don't have a factual data on that yet. So as soon as we get that, we'll definitely have it posted on our Facebook.
Awesome. Love that. But yeah, that's all I got, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. We'll be back you'll get an episode Friday. Friday will be the next episode that goes live. It'll be a real special one. Hope y'all enjoy it. Thank y'all for everything. Y'all have a great middle of the week. See y'all.
See y'all. Bye.